Tomorrow will mark 90 days since the General Assembly adjourned for the year, which means most new laws will now take effect. More than 200 bills were passed and debated, and sometimes that discussion is brief, but on some occasions that debate can last for hours. The two lawmakers with us today play unique roles in facilitating those debates, and today I wanted to get some insight on what happens behind the scenes from the preparation to the clincher. So Representative Meade, I'll begin with you here. Often, at least in the past couple years, it's been Republican lawmakers that are in the hot seat answering a long list of questions. So how do you prepare for those situations, whether you're the person on the floor or you're in the speaker's chair?
Well, I think most of the time the preparation on these bills comes months in advance. The members work on those, and as we progress towards session, they will fine-tune them, and then they'll be rolled out during session. As far as being in the stand, for the speaker and I, it's maintaining the decorum of the floor. That is very important to us, because maintaining that decorum means we're going to have respectful debate, and that is our primary goal, is to have that respectful debate. Sometimes it's going to get heated, sometimes it's going to get emotional, and typically, unless it gets off topic, off of the bill, which there's some members will want to talk about other bills or talk about the budget, or what, and thinking that, well, I'm going to roll this back in, so I'm still talking about the bill. That's not actually the case. The rules specifically state that we need to be talking about that bill in particular, but you'll also see us try to make sure that you don't attack another member personally on the floor, and primarily it's just so that we maintain the decorum of the House. And also, if you ever see a member be called out for something, typically it's just it's not meant to be derogatory. It's not meant to embarrass anyone. It's simply to say, hey, let's take a breath. Let's get back to what we need to be talking about and try to stay in line.
Now, often a lot of questions prepared on your side for some of these lengthy debates. Tell me about how does iron sharpen iron?
Well, we believe that our role in the hyper minority is to be the loyal opposition when it comes to the few things that we disagree on. There's a big misconception that we are constantly at each other's throats, and we absolutely are not. But when the things come along that we do disagree about and feel like we need to have debate, we prepare as much as we can. Our staff tries to give us exhaustive information, and we stand up, ask questions, give a healthy speech. I've had a lot of people ask me, oh, who writes those speeches on the floor? And all of our members write their own stuff. So we have some very, very unique voices, and I'm so proud of the effort that my caucus has been putting in to be sure that we're having factual debate, that there's not misinformation, sleeping out from either side whatsoever, and that we are talking about what's best for our Commonwealth and our people.
Now, sometimes parliamentary tactics are used. They can get voted down, and it's rare for a floor speech to change the outcome of a vote. So how effective to you are these methods ultimately?
Well, sometimes they may not be effective to stop a bill, help pass a bill, or anything like that, but it helps us be sure that our side of the story is essentially getting out there. You know, we're on KET every single day, so people can log in every day and see what we're doing. People can come and sit with us every single day during session and listen to what's happening. And so I think that it's just important that we truly discuss both sides, especially with the fact that we are so out of balance right now in the legislature. So I think it's important that we're being sure that voices are being heard where sometimes they may not always be heard back in some of those districts.
We got about a minute left here. You know, I kind of want to ask a fun question. You know, whenever it does get into that third or fourth hour, I mean, who do you go to for snacks generally, or is there an inside joke that tends to happen as things kind of progress? I mean, it just is unique to me.
I mean, you know, sometimes we just pop the popcorn and sit back and let it go. It can get very lively on the floor, but, you know, we are fortunate. We have enough camaraderie that at the end of the day, the debate's over and we pass it on, and we have to be friends.
All right. That's all the time we had for this segment. Thank you both for your insight.